Emma Lenny Benwo Nile Loko. Esiku Dedi Asiko. Hello everyone, it's Adironke again. I hope your day is going well. Today I'd like to play another song for Oya from the same well, it's a song from that Abilono song that I've been playing from that has several songs. I'd like to play another song from that song. So if I can I'll see if I can play it, and just to give you an idea of where the song is and what the words are. I think it's somewhere around here. I've done all the songs before now, but I think okay. Oya la finda, I've done this one. This is the one that I'll be doing today. Bembe Oya Koleya. Bembe Oya Koleya. Bembe Oya Koleya. Bembe Oya Koleya. Bembe Omi O Bembe Oya Koleya. Bembe Omi O Bembe Oya Koleya. Bembe Oya Koleya. So that's the gist of that part. These are the words. So if you listen, I don't know, it's about how many minutes in, let me see. Around 2:26 to about Bembe Oya Koleya. So around 2 minutes 26 seconds in until about 5 minutes of the song. These are the words. This is what you will hear. These are the words that you will hear. So this is it in Yoruba. The song is in Lukumi, but Lukumi is a version of Yoruba that is heavily influenced by Spanish. So there are a couple of replacements, and omissions. That's Lukumi, but it's still Yoruba, Spanish Yoruba, if you will. Bembe Omi, Bembe Oya, Ayaba, Iya. Bembe Oya Koleya, Oya iye ewe mi lóde o. Ayaba iya mi lóde o. I'm trying to say the words in the tone of the song, but that's not possible. The song goes Bembe Oya Koleya, Oya mi lóde o. Bembe Oya Koleya, or something like. Maybe my tone is a little off. Bembe Oya Koleya, Oya mi lóde o. Bembe Oya Koleya, Ayaba iya mi lóde o. Bembe Oya Koleya, something like that. If you'd like to listen, you can just search these words and you find it. But these are the words in Yoruba again. Bembe Omi, Bembe Oya, Ayaba iya. Bembe Oya Koleya, Oya iye ewe mi lóde o. Then you would hear. These are musical insertions. I don't know what they're called, but they are inserts. These three lines are the main idea of the song. Bembe Oya Koleya, Oya iyewe mi lóde o. Ayaba ìyá mi lóde o. Ayaba ìyá mi lóde o. Bembe Oya Koleya. These three lines are the main parts of the song. Oya biku. Ayaba ìyá mi lóde o. You know. Bembe omi. Bembe is a kind of Yoruba drum, that has birthed other drums, like the conga, for example. So I was, don't know if, I think I actually played a clip of what the bembe sounds like in my recent video. I'll see if I can play it again. Somewhere around here. That's the bembe accompanied with the shekere. So it's a kind of drum that has birthed other drums. Especially one of the common ones is the conga, and it's Oya's favorite drum. Like of all the drums, she would dance to the bata. The Shango loves the bata. She would dance to it and other drums, but this is her drum. This is the one that she likes to dance to. So Bembe Omi. I've never really heard Bembe Omi. I'm not that experienced with drums. So this one I wasn't really sure of, like, what does Bembe Omi mean? I was thinking, is it Bembe Omi? I wasn't quite sure. I was thinking, is Oya being personified as water? Oya didn't really do much hydrotherapy, at least as Oshun and what other water associated deity went really far with discovering water and the healing properties that it would have, and just how to use water, the sound that water makes and all that. So Shango named the what we now call the river Niger, this big river that is called River Niger now, but we still call Oduoya. Shango named this river after her, so it won't really be far-fetched to associate water with her, but I really wasn't agreeing with that in my mind. And then I was thinking about water drumming. So I found a video of water drumming. It's hard to find any videos of any Yoruba people water drumming, but our ancestors drummed with water, and I can tell that things like that would not have lasted. I mean, thinking of Badagry and the present day Badagry beach, and just the trauma that would have that people would have, it's not funny. I giggle when getting tense. The trauma that people would have encountered just with slavery around the time, and you can't even play around water around the time, or some, I don't know, Portuguese slave ship or European slave ship might seize you. So maybe that's another thing. Maybe that's one thing that we would discuss another day, is just water related trauma, and how that is impacting us now, or whether we even realize it. But I found this video of Cameroonian women drumming in water. Water drumming is actually a thing. It's not a major thing in Nigeria. It's not like, I don't know, maybe people don't even consider water drumming anything related to the culture, just because we don't really, I mean, we have drums. We don't really there are Yoruba people that water drum, but water drumming you can't say is a major aspect of the culture. So I was thinking, could it be, I don't know, something related to this, or I wasn't quite sure. I was even thinking, could it be that they put water in the bembe and they filled it up and they tried to play it with water in it? I found a video of somebody doing that, but it was the modern drum. They poured water into it and they were trying to beat it. So uh, I don't really think so. I think perhaps uh, again, just listening to the bembe and what it sounds like. I don't know if something about it sounds watery or less harsh. I don't know. This is just me trying to figure it out. If there are any direct descendants, yeah, my face is eaten. If there are any direct descendants that can just speak on what they think Bembe Omi is, that would be nice, because I don't know. I'm not quite sure, but try to figure it out. Could it be, yeah, I said watery percussion sounds. So sounds that seem like they can come from water, as if the bembe sounds like water in some way. Maybe water is a metaphor for something, for smooth, or for like a flow or something. But just trying to figure that out made me somewhat explore water. you know it drifted me into water, and the fact that water actually makes sounds, apart from the fact that water lets us speak, because of our saliva. Normal speech is impossible without the saliva, and the saliva is about 98% water. Without the saliva, I don't think we understand that. And the fact that the water breaks even when we are birthed, we say oshun to wasai when that happens. Like, water eased the person into life from the mother's womb. Oshun eased the person into life. We even in our bodies, even with our speech, I don't think we realize just how important water is sometimes. And also, another thing that we tend to forget is that water speaks. That water has a voice. Depending on the flow and the current, and perhaps the objects that are nearby, water, for people who listen to rain sounds, for instance, when they cannot sleep, or maybe when they are reading and they need concentration, they would testify that just the sound of water alone, the voice of water alone, can be very healing. So also the impact that it has on our moods, perhaps sometimes we don't even pay attention. Including me. I'm not saying that I'm a water guru, but you can, without even attaching an audio to this, you can almost tell, your brain can almost produce a kind of voice or sound related to the trickling of water and rain. You would see the impacts that it would have on your mood, as you watch. And then tap 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 tap, the pity patter of water, what is it called? You can almost attach a sound to that in your mind. And when you go to the beach, without attaching an audio to this, you can almost think of a sound that it's producing, or that it might produce. And for chocolate water, okay, this one has almost, again, depending on the objects around, so again, impact on your mood, and whether it terrifies you when there's a lot of water and all that. So although I can't really say what Bembe Omi is, I feel like it's just perhaps a nod to, I'm not quite sure, maybe watery percussion sounds, or bembe sounds that are as smooth as water, that flow like water, that makes you dance in a flow. Um, that's about what I can say. Then Bembe Oya, Oya's Bembe. Again, Oya likes the Bembe. Of all the percussions, she likes this one very much. And then Ayaba, Ayaba is queen. Ayaba is queen. Not necessarily uh, because these words are not gendered words, both Aya and Oba. So Aya, maybe I'll talk about this one in a separate one. This is going to be distracting, but it's typically translated as wife, even if that's not what the words mean in and of themselves. And then Oba is, Ba is to preside. Oba is the one who presides. Okay, let me not get distracted. Again, presider or ruler. So wife of the presider or ruler, you could say queen. You know, Ayaba is queen. The word in itself is not gendered, but it's typically translated as queen just because, you know, especially since Shango identified as male. I don't know. I don't think gender was that big of a deal then, you know, as far as pronouns and all that. Our pronouns are not gendered, so it's hard to know what anybody identified as. Ayaba, queen, but yeah, male. Then Iya is mother. Iya is mother. Koleya, 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 Koleya. What does Koleya mean? Ko is like not, but with the like both. When you combine both, it would be it cannot. I don't know whether to say it not, you know, just because of the key here. I'll explain why I'm sort of thinking about this it. Although you could just say ko is not, le is can, mole lo, mole lo. The le is can, ko is not. Ya is to tear. Ya is to tear. I was saying it in one of the recent ones that ya is is homonymo, so it has different translations. It could be tear or break off from. It could be become or turn to. It could be to run or flow with speed. It could be to draw or depict. It could be to comb or comb through, the way that you comb your hair. Yairun, the way that you comb your hair. So it could be any of these. The ya that applies here is tear or break off. Well, it's tear, not break off from, but tear. So it cannot tear is koleya. So when you do say it like this, you sort of have to put a pause here for some reason, and I'll explain why. Bembe Oya Koleya, that is if you're writing it, there has to be a kind of pause because Bembe Oya, Bembe Oya, it cannot tear. This doesn't equal Bembe Oya cannot tear. That's why I included this. This is what I mean. Oleya is cannot tear. Oleya is cannot tear. I should have remove this and remove this, but this is what I mean. Bembe Oya Oleya is better. Oleya, you can just ignore all of these. Oleya, if you want it to be all in one statement, essentially, Bembe Oya Oleya is how we would say it. But if you want to, because ole is cannot, it's not it cannot like kole, kole lo. You could even be, it could be it, him or her. If you say kole, koleya, it's he or she or it cannot tear. Kole lo, it cannot go, she cannot go, it cannot go. The key here makes this it cannot. It includes a kind of it cannot, because of the key. But when it's simply oleya, you can ignore this. This is what it would look like. When it's just Oleya, then it would be cannot tear. So Bembe Oya cannot tear. But if you're writing it this way, Bembe Oya, it cannot tear. This doesn't equal Bembe Oya cannot tear. It's Bembe Oya, it cannot tear. But if you want it all to be in one sentence, Bembe Oya Oleya, Bembe Oya Oleya. But the song, there's an intentional like Bembe Oya Koleya, Bembe Oya Koleya, so like this. So this is correct. But if you want it to be all in one word, especially when you're just reciting, not necessarily singing, then Bembe Oya Oleya makes for one sentence. O is like not, le is can, so cannot, tear. And then you would also hear iya ewe mi, iya ewe mi. And I've talked about Yaewe. In Afro-Cuban songs, you typically hear Yewe, Yewe, Yewe. I've explained it in one of my recent videos. But Iya is mother. Iya is mother. And then Ewe is children or youth. Ewe is children or youth. Mi is my. Mi is mine. So Iyaewe mi, my mother of children, is what it is. Iyaewe is kind of like an unofficial title for somebody that children just gravitate towards, that is just very interested in. You could also say Babaewe if it's a man. Children just gravitate towards because they are very helpful. They find them very just mindful of their concerns. So Iyaewe, or things that concern them. Iyaewe mi. And then Lodeo. Lodeo is the one that has arrived. Lo is a contraction of ni o, ni o, ni o, lo. We like to contract words, combine words, shrink words. Ni o, ni is, o is the one, or like the one that, depending on the sentence structure. If it's at the end of a statement, then the one, if it's that context. But because there are still more words after, then the one that, then it introduces the next words. Ni o is the one that, de is to arrive, o is our way of exclamating, is the exclamation word. I explained it in my videos on interjections. So ni o, de o is the one that arrived, or the one that has arrived, because it could also be used in that context as well. If you say ni oti deo, that would be clearly is the one that has arrived. It's not quite necessary to include ti. Ni odeo is the one that arrived, or is the one that has arrived. Then oya biku, I explained this as well. B is like eject. It's like eject. Bidano, bikuro, bi. So eject, and then iku is death. So oyawu ejects death. Oya biku, oya bi iku, oyahu ejects death. So these are the words, in summary. Bembe omi, bembe oya ayabaya, bembe oya koleya, oya iyewe mi lodeo. Then oya biku, bembe omi, bembe oya ayaba iya, bembe oya koleya, oya iyewe mi lodeo. Oya biku, ayaba iya mi lodeo. These are the lines. So like I said, this is the central part of the song, this and this, which means Oya's drums cannot tear. It is Oya, my mother of children, the unofficial title for somebody that cares about children, they could be us, even if they're not us, just there to protect their interests. You know, it is Oya. I'm glad that these songs hold a very maternal, still reserve the maternal aspects of Oya, because I was saying it that Oya has been, turned into something else, like beyond the shores of Nigeria. It's like somebody that is always perpetually angry, perpetually, without really looking at the Oya, the human now, the superhuman, and just she fostered children, and just how accommodating she was to children. She wasn't mean to them, or she wasn't. I think people just want to create the devil Jesus dichotomy, even with Yoruba spirituality. Maybe not necessarily like that, but they want to create this. Well, maybe it's not quite the devil Jesus, but I don't know. Maybe it's not quite that extreme, but there's this. Oh, this one, let me just put her in this box, and let me put this one in this box, and yeah, is hangry with my enemies or with my haters, or like there's just this box, as if Oshun cannot get angry, and and Erile cannot get angry, and anyway, Oya's drums, it cannot tear. I would prefer Oya's drums cannot tear. So Bembe Oya Koleya, if you want to keep it one word. It's not I would prefer. That makes it sound like I'm the one making the rules. If it was just one sentence, then it would be, this should be Oya's drums, it cannot tear. Oya, my mother of children, is the one that has arrived. So what it means is, beat the Bembe drums as hard as you can to welcome our mother and queen. That's pretty much how to summarize all of these. Don't worry that they may tear. So beat the drums, beat them, beat them, beat them, beat them. It's just this is just a different way of saying this. Oya's Bembe cannot tear. Beat it to welcome her. It is Oya that has arrived. Beat the drums. Beat the drums to welcome her. Bembe Omi, Bembe Oya, Ayaba Iya, queen, mother, Bembe Oya Koleya. Oya's drums, it cannot tear, or they cannot tear, or Oya's drum, it cannot tear, because it doesn't say one Leya. So perhaps it's just one particular Bembe dedicated to Oya in this. I don't know who composed the song. I don't know what ancestor did. Oya Yewe mi Lodeo. It is Oya, my mother of children. Unofficial title for somebody that children gravitates towards, that cares about children's interest. Niodeo or Lodeo is the one that has arrived. Oya Biku, Oya who ejects death. In Nigeria, you hear Oya Dolu, Oya who became the head. These are just names for Oya that include Oya, or like epithetic names. And then Ayaba Iyami Lodeo. It is the queen, my mother, that has arrived. Beat the Bembe drums as hard as you can to welcome my mother and queen. Don't worry that they may tear. Oya's drums cannot tear. It is Oya, my mother of children, that has arrived. Beat the drums. Beat them. And if you listen to that song, especially if you're not listening to the low volumed one that I played, if you actually listen to it, well, there are different performances of the song, but you see like there's actual beating of the drums to welcome that energy. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your day, and bye for now.
Ọ̀gárá àti gbéyàwó ẹ̀ kò sí bá gàràgàrà nílé olówó wa àná lọ́ bá wa sí àwòrán lè dá sí sọ̀rọ̀ màá ṣẹ́gun gbẹ̀sì sọ́jà ìwú yìí ní mẹ́sàn-án àgbò òkú mẹ́sàn-án àgbò kú wa lóde ìtọ́sí kí ni ó ṣe èyí ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mú àyà so ẹ̀gbọ́n mọ́ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mú àyà jà owó kí àjàgbé ló ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ lójijì lójijì níbẹ̀ ló kọ àláàfin níbi wọ́n ti bọ́ bàá káyé ṣe ẹni ọmọ òrí tí ń di fẹ́ẹ̀ léèrè wò ó ní kí ló ṣe tó wò ló ká àjàgbá ṣeré káyé ọ̀rẹ́ ìjábọ̀ kéwòn òsì kékeré mọ́ àdìkùrá ní ọmọ kéwòn.